Certainly wasn't perfect throughout the night, but we made enough plays on all three sides of the ball to separate there at the end and get it done. I think we continue in a lot of ways to improve as a football team. Still, obviously, a lot of ways that we can continue to improve, but I like this team. I'm excited about what I see behind the scenes. I see a lot of unselfishness. I see a team that I think is getting, very, very close as we go through here, and that's, I think, always a sign of really good things. So we're going to keep pushing, keep growing. But tremendous win tonight. Crowd was great. It was a great Saturday night for football in Norman, Oklahoma, and it was great to come out of there with the win.
Go to questions. Go to Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Lincoln, want to start off with Caleb Williams and the quarterback situation. When did you make that decision to start Caleb? When did you inform them? And what did you think about the way Caleb performed overall tonight, especially early with, I think it was completing his first 10 passes?
Yeah, decided that we're going to start him midweek sometime. I told both the guys what the plan was, and I give them a bunch of credit, man. Both of them handled the week well. I was very confident playing either one of them. They both practiced extremely well, helped each other, support each other. Even in the game tonight, they were, just both very into it, helping each other, talking about things we were doing, adjustments. So, all that junk that's been reported on the outside, I did not see that from either one of these guys all week. They were both focused and ready to help their team on however they were called on. Caleb got the opportunity tonight and obviously did a great job with it. And I'm confident that Spencer gotten the opportunity tonight with the way he practiced, he would have played very well also. So thought the room handled it great. Proud of those guys for a winning effort and being team first guys.
Appreciate it, Lincoln.
John Shin.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the way Kennedy Brooks ran tonight. Rodney Anderson got introduced, and it almost seems like maybe that his season's kind of paralleling what Rodney did in 2017. I know there was some rust that maybe had to build up that we couldn't see with the naked eye, but it seems like second half of the year he's really starting to take off.
Yeah, he's starting to come on. Yeah, Rodney did not just get introduced; he got engaged. So congrats to him. How about that? There's some similarities and differences between those two, but both, experienced guys that know our deal, both tough runners, certainly, really dramatically different styles, but yeah, they're, Kennedy's got some good momentum right now and is really seeing things well. And I do think he's a little more explosive than he's been in the past. So he's always had some long runs, but he's really popped some for us that have been big. So, he was great. I thought the line did a really good job. They're tough up front. They do a lot of different things. They've got, some great edge players. And I thought our guys, responded. We had to play a few different lineups as it went on, and the guys did a great job. And especially proud of that last drive, where you got to go close it out. And I don't know how long we had I guess 5:44 I'm looking at here. So 6 minutes, use up, darn near the whole clock and score. That was good stuff.
Jenny Carlson.
Wanted to ask you a little bit about Caleb's decisiveness. Obviously the 10 throws that he completed to start the game might be indicative of that, but it seemed like he was just very resolute in what he did, both in the run and pass. What did you see in that regard from him?
Yeah. No, I thought he did. I thought he had a clear mind and saw it well, and I think the line being, where they needed to be, just really keeping the pocket clean for him, the majority of the night, and getting some run game going early. I think all those were, certainly aided that, but yeah, no, he saw it well. I thought he did a good job. Missed a few things here and there, that he'll continue to learn on and grow from. But no, that's always one of the big things for us as quarterbacks. That's one of the number one things we hold our hat on is being decisive. We always tell our guys that, if you're decisive, that even sometimes if you're wrong, as long as you're decisive, it can still work. You can make the right decision a lot of times, but if you're indecisive, it can still not work with the speed of this game. So that's something we've, tried to hang our hat on. And I think overall Caleb did a good job of that.
John Hoover.
Lincoln, I'm curious, how did Caleb handle the news when you told him this week? I'm sure it was pretty mundane stuff, but did you notice anything in him, an extra spark or anything like that? And then what was his week like, practice and interacting with the guys?
Yeah, no, I just told him that's how we were going to start the game. And yeah, pretty mundane, honestly. I mean, you used the right word to describe it, not much to it. And it felt honestly kind of like a normal week. I mean, rep both those guys, gave Caleb a few more reps with the first group. But other than that, yeah, just kind of honestly felt like a normal week. I don't think he was a whole lot, different. And he didn't need to be. I mean, he just needed to go out and get ready to play and be ready to play well. So again, I think both those guys handled the week extremely well, considering, all the circumstances.
Real quick follow. Did you expect to play Spencer tonight?
I was absolutely ready to. Did I expect to? I don't know. I mean, games, you just never know how games are going to unfold. But with the way he practiced this week, I was, if the right moment, which could have been 100 different things came up that to put him in was going to happen, then I was completely confident. He had a fantastic week.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
James Hale.
Lincoln, one thing that it looks like with Caleb in there, it just opens up the offense. You guys had more big plays tonight than you've had the entire season. Could you talk about that a little bit? And plus his rushing ability gives you a lot more things you can do in the offense, it looks like.
Yeah, I think for us, a big part of it's just been, the running game continuing to improve. And he made a few things happen with his legs, obviously. He brings that to the table. And then, just some of it was the way we got played. I mean, we got played pretty aggressively. We were able to separate, get down the field, had a few that we made. Obviously had a few that we felt like we had a chance to make, but guys just did a good job executing, and we're starting to play more 11-man football on offense. Not all the time. I mean, we're long ways from perfect, trust me, but we're starting to do that. And when you do that, then the big ones come. Just the more you can put pressure on people and just consistently do your job. And so we've taken some good steps there the last few weeks offensively.
Thanks, Lincoln.
You're welcome.
Joe Bettner.
Hey, Lincoln, big night for Jaden Hazelwood and really, Mike Woods, Marvin Mims. Is this as close to what you expected kind of out of that receiver group, and to kind of see that pass game kind of open up with the big chunk plays?
Yeah, and all the guys did a good job. We had a couple more that we were close to making too. So but they did a good job. Yeah, we're getting better there. No, we are. We're making some plays, after the catch. And I give that group credit. That's this beginning of the season, specifically that stretch of games we had where we had a bunch of 8 possession games. It's easy for offensive skill players to get frustrated, start thinking about, why am I not getting the ball? All that. And I was, Hazelwood actually talked to the offense last night in our offensive meeting, that not really a film meeting, just more of a mindset and getting ready to play the game. And we asked different players to talk from time to time. And he talked last night, and he talked about the fact that, some of these games have been low possession, and the ball he's had opportunities, but he hadn't had just a million. He said he didn't care. He said, if I got to block 60 times a game, like, whatever, I just want to win. I just want to fight for you guys. And it was kind of cool that all of a sudden, when you do that, the ball does find you, and you do make plays, and you're ready because your mindset's in it. And that's part of playing. That's part of being a skilled player in college football. Sometimes it's going to really come your way. Sometimes it's not, and that's just the nature of it. The guys that are ready every single time, and the guys that are unselfish and team first, they're going to be ready when their opportunity comes and have a chance to have a huge night like Jaden did tonight. And we got a lot of examples like that on our team now. So that's some of the unselfish stuff that as a coach, you really appreciate.
Thanks, Lincoln.
Brandon Drum.
Hey, Lincoln. Brian Asamoah seemed to play. He's actually played really good, I guess, the last couple of weeks. Can you talk about just kind of his growth over the last several weeks, and then can you talk about how this was a different game? It was more of a race back and forth as far as points goes, and how much that affects you guys as far as the attrition on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, no, there was obviously a lot of big plays in the game. And so yeah, the fields moved, pretty quickly. Neither side ended up having, just a whole lot of plays. I mean, I look at 67 and 58, so it wasn't a high play count. But yeah, no, I mean, listen, we're obviously pretty thin defensively right now. We're playing with a lot of different guys. We're working different lineups. I think we would expect here in the next couple of weeks to start to be able to add to that, and in terms of getting some guys back, which will be a great thing. And we've given a lot of guys opportunities here to produce, and a lot of guys opportunities to show why they need to be on the field. So, I think we're getting better. We definitely missed too many tackles tonight. I mean, I think that's the number one thing that showed up defensively. Listen, there's a couple competitive plays in the game. The ball down in the end zone, the other kind of long touchdown that number one made, where there's four people there and we actually in great shape, and we got to finish the play. So those are going to happen from time to time, but the missed tackles for us, when we tackle well tonight, we played really well defensively. When we didn't tackle well, obviously it's hard to play good defense at all if you don't tackle. So we got to keep growing. We got to keep growing there. We know we got the makings of a good group. We got these young guys, and a lot of these new guys that are playing have got to continue to improve, and then we'll throw some of these other guys back in the mix that have been out here for a while, and see if we can get this thing coming together.
Okay, let's go back to Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Lincoln, you touched on a couple of these things right there, but you lose DJ Graham. Is there, what do you know about his injury? A couple of those other guys in the secondary that didn't play tonight at all, Woody Washington, Delarian Turner Yell, how close are they to returning? And then overall, how do you feel like your secondary performed tonight that just keeps getting thinner and thinner, it seems like?
Yeah, we're fighting through it. I don't think anybody out long term. Handful of these guys I think will be back here in the next couple of weeks, some sooner than others, but I think we've got a chance to get a bunch of these guys back here, pretty quick, which will be good. And obviously we've, moved some guys, different positions, trying some different lineups. Secondary battled, we got out of position a few times. Again, a couple of times they just made great competitive plays, and we were in great position. We got a little better at the end. It was a huge play by Broyles, obviously, there at the end, knocking that ball down on the fourth down. Or maybe that was third down, I'm trying to remember, but it was last play of the possession. So we did we're growing, and we've, Pat's been a good leader for us back there, and we've, we're going to get there. I really do. I really believe we will with that group. So, still kind of trying to find that right combination there. And we're going to keep searching and keep developing these guys, and they're going to continue to improve.
Appreciate it, Lincoln.
Time for two more, John Shin and then Jenny Carlson. John?
Yeah, Lincoln, Caleb seemed really willing to sit in a pocket and let things develop tonight. How rare is that for, a young player early in their career?
Well, listen, it was good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the pockets were pretty good, So I mean, it's when the pockets are good, it's a lot easier. So I mean, Caleb did a good job. Yes, he did a good job. And you do like to see that out of a young guy. But I mean, again, a lot of credit goes to that offensive line, because they did against a darn good front and some really really good players on the edge. They did a pretty good job. Got to us a few times, but not much. And so good job by everybody. It takes everybody, and they all did a good job.
Okay, last one to Jenny.
Hey, Lincoln, I asked you on Tuesday about young, true freshman type players able to make plays earlier in their careers, and Caleb seemed so at ease tonight. I don't know how he was on the field, and we obviously have had very little interaction with him, so we don't know his personality great. But does that just kind of bleed into who he is, or did that even maybe the way that he just kind of sunk into this tonight, did that even surprise you maybe a little bit?
I mean, he just stayed himself, which I thought was good. I mean, you don't want guys trying to get out of kind of who they are in these moments. Don't try to change. Just be confident in yourself and just go be yourself and go play football. And I mean, it's really that simple. And it's not easy, but it's that simple. You got to block out all of the things going on and just try to go play great ball and go enjoy it. So I thought he did a good job of just staying in the moment. Being himself, and he was kind of, just kind of like our week was. I feel like the outside perceptions of what went on here this week and then actually what went on here this week could not be more opposite. I mean, it's just, you just kind of laugh at it, honestly, in our position. Like, we're a team, we like playing the game together. We like coaching these players. I think they like being coached by us. It's like, we're just going to keep trying to win. And like, that's really it. So, Caleb handled the week good and team handled the week good. Guys had a good week of practice and went out and won a big game tonight.